So your blower, your hedger, your trimmer, whatever two-stroke you got, is bogging. Bah, bah, bah. I'm gonna show you how to fix them. I'll show you exactly what to look for, and the thing we go for, simplest things first, folks. So if you saw the video about how to repair a plug boot, the simple trick I do, this is the same machine. If you haven't seen that video, go check it out. This one is bogging also. I didn't show it in that video. I was saving it for you. This one is a customer's. It's also bogging. I'm going to show you how to fix this one. This is mine. It's not bogging, but I'm going to show you what to look for on one of these two. Step one, flip it. Some of you guys are already going to know what I'm going to be talking about. See the oil deposits and all right here? Now, that is a clear indication. A lot of times these machines aren't ran wide open. Let me show you this. All right, first thing we're going to do, now you can pull this cover off. Sometimes it's a little faster to do this. Put a little pressure here and snap, and it snaps right out, okay? Something else, a little stick magnet will help with this job. This is about the only thing on a Stihl. We're talking about your muffler screen. This is about the only thing on a Stihl that is not T27 Torx. Let's get our screws out. There's the whole thing about to come out right up in there. A little pair of needle nose. Got to watch, there's a little gasket in there. Worst case, you drop your screws. We'll just lay this to the side. There's a gasket in here, and if I can get it out. Come out of there, you booger head. Come on. I could, you know what? A magnet would have worked great. I want you to look at there. Look how stopped up that is. That's all that's wrong with this machine. Now be careful, don't lose your gasket down in here. You see that little dude sitting right there? See, I just lost it. Yeah, just like that. Whee! Mrs. T just made a point. You guys couldn't see what is going on. You cannot see through this thing at all. That's why we put it on the greatest shop rags of all time. My old socks. When they start getting holes in them, Mrs. T will cut them up. And when she cuts them up, make shop rags. Come on, work. There we go. Pair of needle nose vice grips. And a little propane torch, and we're gonna heat this bad boy up. It's on fire. We're gonna heat this thing up cherry red. Now you can soak it, use wire brush. I mean, you know, and it just takes a lot longer. This is what I found to be about the simplest way to get these things cleaned out. Basically, we're just burning all this carbon off. Now, look at there, look at there. That's like brand and new. Wonder where that gasket went. Anybody seen? I'll probably have to take the whole machine apart, pull the piston and everything else to find it. Look at there. You can see through that bad boy now. What? Yep. Well, we found our gasket, y'all. Right down in here. And then watch me knock it over and can't get it. This is called Go Fish. Look at her. All right, first in, drop the gasket. Be sure you put it in the wrong place so you can fiddle-diddle around with it a while. Let's get our little screen back in. Doesn't matter how it goes, as long as you get it in there. Now our little T20. And I'm gonna kind of hold this on this screw right here, right off the bat. I know y'all, my hands are in the way. There it goes, just kind of fell in there. Get this one screw sort of started. Take that, pull that back over there. Again, if you can't find your gasket or do something like that, you can pull this cover off. You check out the spark plug wire video. It'll show you. All right, we're not going to stop the camera. Mrs. T is going to back up. And what we're going to do, let me go ahead and pop this back on, because you know what? We know we found the problem, right? Snap this little bad boy in. Look at there. All right, now let's see, is it fixed? Y'all saw me run it just a second ago. Oh, I'm gonna blow toward Mrs. T. She gonna hurt me. All right, y'all ready? That one's fixed. I bet the same thing ain't wrong with that Hedger, but I'll show you what to look for. Let's see if we can fix this one. Okay, we've got this Hedger, we got this trimmer. There's nothing wrong with this trimmer. This is my personal trimmer, but if you get a trimmer, everything that I'm gonna do to this, you would do the same thing to this, except for the screen's a little different. Come right here and let me show you. On the trimmer, right in the side here, there's a little screw. You don't have to take anything apart. Just take that one screw out and then just grab you a pair of needle nose and pull the screen out. Well, mine doesn't have a screen because I took it out and scrapped it, okay? So I don't recommend taking the screen out because it can cause a spark. This Hedger, we're gonna have a similar one to that blower over there, and a 5/8 or I think 16 or something, and there it is. This one looks really good. Let's see if I can get you a white background so you can see right through that one. So that's not the problem. Let me show you how this one sounds right quick. You'll notice that other one idled really good and it actually had some response, but it bogged. This one will actually sound different. Now, whether the mic is going to pick it up or not, I don't know. But these are the steps I go through on every single machine that comes in with a bog problem. I do it on every one of them. I don't know if you can pick that up on camera. She's not getting up full RPM. You hear it bogging, running out of fuel. Here's the first thing to check. Well, the first thing to check after you check that exhaust. Number one, make sure you've got good fuel. You want good fresh fuel in your machine. The next thing we're gonna do, grab a little hooky tool. You want to go down in here, just dig around till you poke a hole in something. Don't worry about it. Fuel filter. Some trimmers and stuff, well, where did you go? Some trimmers and stuff, you'll actually have to pull the carburetor off in order to get to the boots on the top of the tank. This one comes out of the side. Go ahead and put a new fuel filter in. It's not going to hurt anything. I don't think that's what's wrong with this one. I wonder, can it breathe? Well, that doesn't look bad at all. My fat fingers, I can't get the doggone thing out. That's a nice clean looking filter there. Doesn't look old at all. Something else I didn't see there. Don't forget your pre-filter. See all that trash, we'll clean all that up. But that's definitely not enough to cause what we're hearing. All right, in this case, I think we just need a carburetor adjustment. So this one does have the limiter caps that we're gonna pop off, but one of the other big things that happens is the metering diaphragm of the fuel pump. Sometimes they get dry and hard. I'm gonna show you about that also, so stick around. Let's get in here and take a look at this. Let me see if I can get a little light up here for you guys. Hopefully you can see a little better and it's not glaring. Go take a little screwdriver. See these little plastic limiter caps? Always remember that this one already had popped loose, and I'm like, gotta record it, T-Bone. Let's see if I can even get this other one. Something to remember, and I'm just putting a screwdriver, do a little twisty mabob on it. Sometimes they come off easy, but you gotta be careful because you can break the needle. Now, remember, the one closest to the engine is your low idle circuit. The one furthest away toward the air filter side, that's your high speed adjustment. But I'm going to show you what you want to look for in these carburetors, okay? So here's another step that I actually skipped. I should have showed you this earlier. A spark plug always tells a story. Number one, if you got an Autolite or E3 or one of them plugs, throw the darn thing in the trash. I don't care if it's new. Now I want you to look at this. This plug is actually pretty white. They tell a story, and see how nice and white that plug is? It means it's running a little bit lean. What you're looking for is a nice cocoa brown. So let's get this air filter back out of here. 8mm T27. And needle nose, you can do just about everything on one of these doggone things. Pop that bad boy off. There's the carburetor. Boy, that was hard to get to, wasn't it? Now, let's clean this up a little bit before we take it off. This isn't clean. It's just enough to get some of the crap out of the way. Now this throttle cable is so simple. Watch this. Boom, boom. There it is. Next, let's work on these fuel lines. It's something you want to do. Go ahead and relieve any pressure that's on that fuel tank. Got one line, two line, okay? Really easy. Let's see if we can get this pop loose off of here. There we go. And there we go. Just that simple, folks. Let's clean this up a little more so that we don't get anything down inside. Hold on one second. I'm just gonna do a little brake cleaner and air hose. So I like brake cleaner simply because it dries fast. You can use carburetor cleaner, whatever you like. First thing we're gonna look at, fuel pump. This is your fuel pump. Peel that off. Always remember the gasket goes toward the cover. The pump will go toward the body. 99.998765% of the time. This feels nice and pliable. It's got a little crinkly to it, but that's fine. The other thing you want to look at, there is a screen right there. We want to make sure that that thing is really clean and you can see through it. And all you'll do, get your little pick tool and just ease that little thing up out of there. And that one, it's hard for you guys to see, but you can see right through it. It is super clean. Uh-oh. Don't lose it. I'm gonna do a little shot backwards through it and blow it with air hose. See if I can blow it across the shop. That way I can never find it again. So that's your fuel pump side, okay? We'll just seat it back down in there nice and pretty. Pop this bad boy here back on. Hold your throttle up a little bit because your idle screw will throw it off a little. Okay, see how I got the throttle cracked open right there with my big old fat thumb? So what, do you remember? The gasket goes to the cover. Now, and the fuel pump goes to the body. Exactly the opposite on this side. We'll break these loose and then do the spinning bob. I know it's another carburetor video, but there's some people out there that don't know, and we'll make sure that everyone understands what we're doing here and things to look for. Hopefully there'll be a little tip or trick to help you along the way. Under here, there's nothing but the primer. The other thing that'll cause it too is bad gas. This is called your metering diaphragm. Look at that thing. You see the fuel pumping? Look at her. How about that? Now what you're looking for here, well, if I can get it off without tearing it up, maybe, because I want you guys to see what I'm talking about. On this metering diaphragm side, I need another tool. Hold on, here we go. The metering diaphragm goes on the top. The gasket goes to the body of the carburetor on this side. I'm trying to separate them without tearing them up because I know they're not broken. Is it possible? Otherwise, I'm going to have to put a new metering diaphragm in the doggone thing. Here we go. Nope, I broke it. Look at there. Ooh, this one is bad. There's our problem. How about that? Now we know exactly what was causing the problem. That's what you're looking for. See, the gasket stays on the body. That goes there. Okay? Easy peasy, Japanesey. Here's another little jet in this one. Something else to keep note of. You don't want to be blowing a lot of air on these because there's a little check valve on some of them, one side or the other. See the little tiny jet there? Boy, that's teeny. You don't want to be blowing a lot of air on there because you can mess up check valves and these things. All I've got here is some hemostats with a piece of wire out of a wire brush. It's a very expensive tool, isn't it? Keep it simple, man. Keep it simple. And see, I run that wire in there and just wall it around. Torch tip cleaners won't fit in some of these little jets. Some of them will. And they've got a little file on the end right there, but it's not to really open up the jets, it's to get the corrosion out. See that thing? Squirting the fuel right through. All right. Let's see if sausage fingers can get this thing back down in there. Now I got to go find a meter and diaphragm. Hope I got one. May go in and replace that gasket too. It looks in good shape though. I don't see anything wrong with that gasket. Let's just go find a meter and diaphragm. 14383 rotary fits this one. And it appears that I had already opened it and I'm missing the meter and diaphragm gasket, but I've got a new meter and diaphragm, new fuel pump gasket. Let's just put all that in here. What do you think? All right, these little clear ones, boy, they're hard to see. They disappear. Let's turn this around. You see the little metal piece? That's going to go down and that center is going to push on your needle right there. Sometimes this orange stuff in here, that sealer, it'll get in here and it'll stop up fuel also. This one appears to be in pretty good shape. So we're going just like that, okay? There's another one too. It looks pretty good. Now the way this will go on, I'm going to be looking for it just like that. And pop this on just like that. Good to go. This thing gonna run like brand and new. All right. I'm gonna tighten these bad boys down. All right, let's go to the other side. Pop this back loose. And put the man a new fuel pump in. What you think? Pop that right there. That gasket looks like brand new. You'll notice, I'm going to show you something on this fuel pump gasket. In case you happen to be doing it and forget, there is a little line that goes around the edge of this, and it actually imprints your old gasket. So, you know, when you put this on, the gasket goes on the cover and the fuel pump goes next to the body. Give me a second. Let me clean this up a little bit. That looks all nice and pretty now. Let's blow it off. Well, for once, I saved your ears, didn't I, from blowing it off there and whatever. Do y'all remember which way it goes back together? Come on, tell me. All right. What'd I tell you? Fuel pump on the body. Gasket on the cover. What's it do on the other side? Huh? What's it do? Exactly the opposite. Let me do this the other way. Because see, it's got these little tabs that kind of hold it for you. And then you grab it like that. See those little tabs sticking out there? And I'm going to take my thumb, hold the throttle, pop that bad boy on there. What? That's what I'm talking about, Scooter. All right then. Oh, let's get it back on there. We done all this. I can't let it out of here without a new fuel filter. Let's do it. Let's do it. Toot it, y'all. Anybody see my pick tool? Holy moly, where'd I do with it? It was up on the magnet, right where I put it, right where it's supposed to be. I thought I still had it laying on the bench. Put this out, a little twist and pull. Brand new fuel filter. Boink. Boink, boink, boom, boom. Just, man, just quick. Check your gasket. That one looks really good. Look here. Boom. Tell you what, this is just too easy. Too easy. Grip it and rip it. Grip it, flip it, do something. I don't know. This little bad boy right here, just kind of line that up. Make sure it's in this groove right here. Stick it up there. And boom. Does the throttle work? Like brand new. Now take this little hitchy mo here, put it right there. Let's put a couple nuts on it. Stick it in my socket. And use hand tools tightening these. Don't do what I do. Do as I tell you to do. I got to blow out that other part of this air filter over here. I haven't done that yet. Be right back. More good or cleaner than it was. That air filter looks so good. I'm going to leave this thing alone. Hey, did y'all put the spark plug back in yet? I don't know what you're waiting on. Come on. Get in there, you booger head. All right, right here. Look at all this junk in the way. Can y'all still see? That's off. Let's go to on. Let's get some fuel pumped up. Can y'all see? Y'all can see. Sort of. We'll make sure we got plenty of fuel up through there. You're not going to flood the carburetor as long as the needle and seat isn't leaking. All right, a little choke. Let's see what happens. Uh-oh, pop first pull. Took a minute. Boy, I tell you what, meter and diaphragm fuel pump gasket. Oh, for any of y'all that's new around here, by the way, I'm T-Bone. This is Rayleigh's Small Engine. Y'all please click that subscribe button. We appreciate you watching. Hope you learned something. Put some comments down below, and we need as many thumbs up on the videos as we can get. We appreciate you so much. We'll see you next time. Woohoo!